Flowmaster Ameican Thunder axleback would be an excellent choice for the 05 to 09 V6 owners out there who would like to maintain that single muffler configuration but would prefer to crank up the volume considerably when compared to your factory system. Price point for the aluminized steel muffler is hovering right around that mid $200 range, while the bolt-on installation will get a rather simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter from me, with a little bit more fluff to come later in the video. So let's get right down to it. The 4-liter V6 might not be setting any horsepower records from the factory, but it's honestly a pretty damn good sounding power plant. However, with that factory muffler in place, you'd never really be able to tell. Enter the Ameican Thunder from Flowmaster in its classic 60 series Delta Flow muffler. A relatively tame muffler in the Flowmaster spectrum, but one that delivers just the right amount of volume according to many of our customers in the review section. However, don't take my word for it. Feel free to read up on the 100+ 5-star reviews on the product page if you haven't already done so. And speaking of that volume, let's get into my highly scientific and patented Wake the Neighbor scale and rank the Ameican Thunder. And as you guys heard with our sound clips at the top of this video, the 60 series certainly wakes up the 4-liter, but without being obnoxious or over the top. So that's why I'm going to throw this up at a 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. Yes, you're going to be hearing a little bit more interior noise with the Flowmaster in place, but nothing that has been an overwhelming negative in the eyes of our customer reviews. But what do you say we move into the construction of the Flowmaster? And what you're going to find here, guys, with this particular system is 16 gauge aluminized steel, which has been finished off in a black paint. Now, it's certainly going to be a budget-friendly or entry-level material. Durable, yes, but without some of the corrosion resistance of the stainless steel options. And that's where your black paint will come in. The 60 series Delta Flow muffler is chambered, and that will help shape the sound you guys heard with the sound clips, but also keeping the volume in check compared to other straight-through muffler options. The tip, however, it is stainless steel and it is embossed with that iconic Flowmaster logo. But let's move briefly into the installation, and as pointed out earlier, you're gonna be looking at a pretty easy day in the shop or garage, guys. So 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe an hour or less depending on how fast you like to work. Tool-wise, well, basic socket set is going to be doing most of your heavy lifting here, in addition to some spray lube to help you with a possible rusty bolt or two. And if you want to get the rear of the car up in the air through jack and jack stands, race ramps, it'll certainly give you a little bit more room to work. Quick play-by-play here, gang. Go ahead and start off by loosening up the clamp closest to the muffler and your over-axle pipe. At this point, you can remove the 3 bolts securing the factory hangers to the car, allowing you to remove that factory muffler from the equation. Now you can transfer those hangers over to the new Flowmaster muffler and slide the clamp you removed in the first step over the Flowmaster piping. Tighten up the hangers first, followed by your clamp, and your installation is complete. So if you're looking for a little bit more rumble out of that 4-liter V6, be sure to check out the Ameican Thunder from Flowmaster right here at AmericanMuscle.com.